Okay. All right. So, let me show you guys my entire screen. Okay. So, basically, we're going to be doing a presentation for your final project, just like we always have. But this time, we're going to take it to the next level. We're going to go, this is like introduction for you guys about the Lean Canvas. So if you haven't heard about it before, it's just something that entrepreneurs do to think about their project and the way they're going to market it to sponsors, or maybe, just a team of people that might be interested in investing. So this is basically what the Lean Canvas looks like. There is a physical and a physical copy and like a presentation copy. You guys don't have to worry about the physical one yet. We're just going to focus on the presentation. But basically, it's made up of all of these squares. First of all, a problem. What this is talking about is just, what is the problem that you are trying to solve? Okay, so for example, we might think of like water pollution is a problem, and people have come up with projects that would help solve water pollution, like a little bucket in the ocean that collects garbage while filtering out the water. That's a solution. In your guys' case, because you're dealing with games, you're gonna have to come up with a specific problem, whether it be that there's not enough multiplayer games, not enough single player games, not enough entertaining games, whatever. You guys will come up with the problem you are solving or trying to solve. Next comes the title of your project. We want to now not only introduce the problem, but we want to introduce your project, because your project is going to become your solution for the problem. Woo. So, we introduce the project. And then comes the customer. We can work with the order of these, but this is more or less how it works. But basically, we have the customer. Who are you selling your project to? For example, let's go back to the water problem. If we're trying to fix water pollution, we're not going to sell the bucket idea to NASA. It could work, but they don't really care about water pollution in space. They're dealing with other type of pollution up there. So that wouldn't make sense. Now, if we sell the bucket project to a company that deals with the ocean, they might be more willing or more interested in buying your project rather than people that just don't care enough, you know? So in your case, look at your type of game and determine who your customer is going to be. We're going to be talking about there's 3 different types of customers. You have your target customers, you have your available customers, your target customers, and your ideal customers. They all mean different things. So your available customers or audience, that's just anyone that has access to your game. You're going to determine what it means for you. Let's go back to the water project. Who would be the available customers? It would be anyone that deals with water/environmental pollution. Now let's talk target customers. This is who you're targeting your game at. Just a general idea. So in the water example, we might be targeting not only people that care about the environment, but people that have experience with dealing with water pollution. And lastly, your ideal customer is someone that have all the qualifications and that they would be legitimately interested in your game, not only available to play it or use it, but that it would be beneficial for both parties. So in this case, for the water project, an ideal customer would be a company that is willing to invest in more time on cleaning the ocean or whatever. Does that make sense to you guys? Yes, no, maybe?
Yes.
Yes?
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah.
Okay, Saya, yes?
Yes.
Perfect, okay. Now, we go on to marketing. How are you going to reach your customers? This, of course, can depend on whatever you're using. Again, if we go back to the water example, maybe the marketing, we want more people to help support the project. Maybe we don't want them to buy the project, but we wanted to support it. That would be a different type of marketing. If we're trying to market, so it's just, how are you going to reach whoever you want to invest in you and your project? Now we come to the solution. How is your project solving the problem? Okay. So in the water idea, the bucket is helping solve water solution by collecting trash. Pretty simple. How is your project solving the problem you talked about before? Generally, this is where the storyboard goes. If it was a physical copy in your presentation, you can just take a quick picture of your storyboard, put it on there, and explain it. Now, the metrics. This is just how you're going to measure your success. I will point this out. It doesn't have to be in money-wise. Okay? You don't have to measure success like that. Maybe your success for your specific game is having 10 users every day, or having one new user every day. Does that make sense? You have, for your metrics, it's also important to have a time, because you can't measure success without a time. So maybe one new user every day for a year, maybe. Maybe you measure your success by 3 new users every day for a month or something. How are you going to measure your success in the short term and the long term time period? Okay. Your cost structure. So this is just all that is going to cost you to make this project. It also wouldn't hurt to think about maintenance wise. So what about in the future? Are you going to add more to your game? Are you going to add new features? Are you going to make a sequel? Just anything that might come later counts too. So everything that would have cost up till now, and everything that will cost later. Now these two are important. So the advantage, this is usually when you're trying to sell your product to sponsors and investors, you want them to see how you are better than anyone else with your project. So talk about something that cannot be bought or copied from you easily. What's your advantage over other people? For the water idea, maybe they say, hey, I'm the most effective one. I've done some testing and I have effectively filtered really small trash that's hard to see. Maybe that's an advantage for them. What's the advantage for your project specifically? Then we have revenue streams. So this is going to be the sources of revenue that you're going to get from your game. How are you going to make money? We are going to have to do some math at this point. We're going to take away, we're going to do, we're going to try and get the profit that you're going to get from your specific project. So we'll have to deal with cost versus revenue and to get the profit. And the very last thing, community. It's always nice for companies that have big ideas to give back to the community. So how are you going to give back? So for the water project, maybe a community thing they could do is make an art display with all the trash they collect. I think that's been a popular thing lately. So that would be one thing. And donate those art pieces, or maybe start like a small gallery or something. I don't know. Come up with something. How are you going to get back to your community because of your game? Okay. I can leave these up, either or, just so you guys can remember all the ones you have to do. These ones are in the right order, so I'm gonna leave this up. You want the problem, the solution, the customer, then marketing, then advantage, community, metrics, cost, revenue. Preferably in that order. So I will have these two available for you guys. Just let me know, which one you want. Okay?
On this one, advantage is like on the side. On the other one, advantage is like right next to revenue.
Yeah. So this one I have here, this one would be how the order would be for the physical copy.
Oh.
So you don't have to worry about it being in this order. It can be like this. So
Okay.
yeah. So the presentation slide, you would start by probably introducing the problem, and then you'll lean into your project. Like, gosh, there is not enough games online, but wait, I have a solution. Something like that.
Yeah. So do we put the slides in like order of these?
Yes, in this order that I have displayed right now. And then I can always tell you guys more about, what you need me to explain. Do you guys have any questions?
No.
No? Okay. I'll stop recording, just so that the recording doesn't go on and on forever, even though it's just you guys working on your presentation. But this will be available to you guys by tomorrow, I'm hoping, if you need it. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna turn this off.